Hello everyone, it is Pat with our Oracle card reading and messages for this first full week of July. Today's the 2nd, Monday's the 3rd, going to be going into the 7th, 8th, 9th over the weekend, next weekend. So I hope you are well and that this first full week of the second half of our year is going well for you, and I hope you're getting some time to yourself and some vacation and time to get outdoors like we are today. It's been a couple weeks since I did a reading, and sometimes I get back and forth in my schedule and I don't always get to it the way that I'd like to. But I'm back at it today, and we're back outside connecting with nature. I got my Bee Sproutful shirt on here because yes, I am one of those people who loves growing and eating sprouts. They're very good for you. I highly recommend them. Anyways, for today's reading, I'm going to be using the Archangel Oracle card deck, as I usually do, to pick an archangel who's overseeing us for the week. And I also felt guided to use the fairy cards today. And another sort of, not entirely fairy, but sort of related to that, is this butterfly deck for life changes. So, and it was so funny, the fairies are so funny, because I put this deck down and I was starting to prepare for this reading, and a card comes, literally, the wind like blew it off the top of the deck and it went flying over the side. So I run down to get it, and what card was it? Connect with nature, which is exactly what we're doing right now. So, anyways, those fairies they're really funny. They really do play with you. So anyways, I'm sure that's a message to us all, and maybe it'll come up again in the reading too. But to start out, let's call upon the Archangel, let's ask what archangels are overseeing us for the week, okay? And go from there. All right, we call upon the archangels. Who's working with us this week? Who do we need to work with? And what are their messages for us? Who do we need to call upon or work with this week? Oh, and again, like the last time I did a reading, we have a couple of them that have spilled out here. So I'll go with what's spilled out, because that's just how I am, okay? So, all right, so the first one here that kind of spilled out is this one, the Archangel Jeremiah, with the message of overcoming difficulties. And it says, the worst is now behind you and you're surmounting any previous challenges. So he's kind of stepping in here to let you know that everything's going to be okay, all right? As the card says, the worst is behind you. So going forward, things are going to be working out more smoothly for you. And if you're having any difficulties, any issues that you've been preoccupied with, or that have been kind of in the back of your mind, it's going to smooth itself out. Okay, so that's always a very optimistic and it is a card that's intended to give you hope, and to let you know that there's the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so if you've been going through a rough time with something right now, relief is coming in. The worst is over. Okay, so but Archangel Ariel comes in here with courage, and Archangel Ariel is one of the archangels that's very connected to nature and the outdoors. But very similarly to the Archangel Michael, she helps us to embody the elements of courage. And this card really is a message about having the courage of your convictions, or in some way, even though things are getting better, you still need, maybe the courage to move forward in new ways, or, have the courage to make some changes in your life, or just stand your ground and speak your truth about something, okay? So she is lending that courage to you. You can call upon her for that, okay? And the last card that came out was Gabriel, with the message of leadership. And it says, it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others, all right? So this is a message kind of like, whatever difficulty you went through, whatever you need the courage to speak up about, in some way it's developing leadership qualities in you. You may have taken the lead on something that, maybe nobody else was paying attention to, okay? Or, in some way, what you're doing, even though it feels like a struggle to you, is you're being an example, maybe a positive example for other people, okay? And it's just, she always shows up, you know, with her trumpet, because she's an angel of announcements. You know, she announces and proclaims things. That, you know, it's time for you to step up in some way. So this is an outcome card. This is what's maybe going to happen, you know, going into the weekend. And these cards, you know, we always look at what the card, like, what the stream, you know, what the story is that's kind of going through. So with the overcoming difficulties, there's evidently some issue. It may be in your personal world or in the world at large that you've been struggling with. It's developing in you. What's coming in this week is the courage, greater courage to kind of face it, confront it, speak up about it. And the outcome of that is you become more of a leader, all right? You are developing those qualities, and you're taking the lead on it, okay? You're either taking the lead on it, or you're developing those qualities in yourself that are part of you becoming a leader in some way, okay? Or you realize that somebody needs to take the lead on the issue, and you step into that role. It's kind of like the universe, you know, tapping you on the shoulder, saying, "Yeah, you know, if you think something should be done about this, you're the person who should do something about it." So, all right, let's see what the fairies message want to speak to us going into this week. Ooh, there's a bunch that's spilled out there, but I think that's just because this deck for me is I combined all my fairy decks that I got from Doreen. So this is the Healing with the Fairies deck. This is the Magical Fairies, and there's some Guardian Angel cards thrown in here too. So let's see what's going on with them. Oh, there's one that's popped out. Okay. All right, so we'll go with those three. Let's see what they say. Very similar to the card we just got from Archangel Jeremiah. He said, overcoming difficulties, and this one says, problem resolved. So, what a nice message going into the week. And I think even, you know, Doreen Virtue, who's the maker of these cards, her reading for the week, the beginning card was a message, all is well, from Archangel Michael. So, something's been going into the week, there's some issue that's being resolved, you know, a difficulty that you're getting past. It's there, you know, the messages are that it's being taken care of, or it's in some way getting resolved and out of the way, okay? So that's great to know going into our week. So for the middle and the end, so this one is follow your dreams, all right? And given that we got Archangel Ariel coming in with courage, so this, you know, may have to do a lot with having the courage to follow your dreams. You know, kind of taking a look at what's important to you and making that first. Okay, putting that as a priority in your life. All right, this card is also a message if you look closely at it. There's always a fairy here that's being shown sleeping. So it is about paying attention to the dreams that you're having while you're sleeping. Maybe keeping a log or a journal of them, because they're conveying important messages to you. All right, but more so, I think it's paying attention to your dreams for yourself. Okay, what do you have the ambition to become? What do you want to change in this world? Where do you want to go with your skills, talents, and abilities? Okay, and if you're looking to go in a different direction than what you are currently in, you know, it takes a little bit of courage to do that. So call on Archangel Ariel. All right, and the last card that comes up from the fairies is this one, Detoxify. So for those of us here in the United States who are celebrating the 4th of July holiday, we might have imbibed a little too much. So we might have to, you know, make sure we rehydrate and let all that alcohol or whatever foods we've overeaten get out of our system. So, but it may be also, I feel like it's also related to the fact that, you know, as you have the courage to pursue your dreams, you know, you might come across a few naysayers, or those people who are like, come on, would you be serious? Are you for real? Kind of thing. You know, those people who throw their opinions, you know, bring up your fears about following your dreams. They put it right in your face. So sometimes, once you decide to follow your dreams, some of the first things that happen are you encounter the people who make you face your fears about it. So, you know, this is a little bit about detoxifying, you know, the situations around you that are, people and situations, looking at those and how they're affecting you or blocking or what have you pursuing your dreams. So it's time to detoxify it a little bit, okay? And this includes detoxifying any kind of, foods or addictive substances that are in your life as well. It is, because if part of what you want to move or need to move forward is more energy, certain kinds of foods, certain kinds of beverages can pull your energy down. And it might be about looking at those, very realistically and courageously to, take the lead on that and changing that in your life. Okay, so it's a week that's bringing in a bit of relief and some changes for you. Okay, and take heart in that because it's, something that needs to happen for you to move forward in your life. Okay, so I'm going to pull from this butterfly card deck for one last. We've only got a few minutes left here. Let's see, butterflies and life changes. What would you like us to know? Nothing's jumping out at this deck. Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. All right. Healing from the past. Wow. Okay. So this is another element of, for those who are going through life changes or trying to bring new things in to your life and having that courage to follow your dreams. Some of the detoxification that comes in, all right, may have to do with healing from old feelings from the past, resolving those, sitting with them and in a space that allows, maybe journaling about them in a way that allows you to let them go and move into something new, okay? So there may be some of that that's coming up for you in this week. So have faith and just, work with it and be with it as it moves and let it move through you, I guess, is what I would say with this. So it could mean that there's some relationships that, maybe that were broken in the past that you're healing from. Like maybe there's a reconnection that happens as both parties have healed from whatever took place in the past. Okay? So, that may be a part of what's going on too. All right. So those are our messages for this week. And, please, I invite you to, put whatever comments below. Or if you have any other further questions, you can certainly, I think you can do that through YouTube, or you can find me on Facebook under Pat Rainville. And have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful 4th of July if you're here on the United States and you celebrate that. But for those in the rest of the world, have a wonderful week. Take care.